are live right now. The questions, the answers, the energy, it's all happening. Drop your questions in the chat. Turn that volume up and let's make this a...
Let's go, people. Happy Tuesday. It is a wonderful Tuesday night, and it is nice and freaking cold out. I really am trying to move my ass to Florida. It's just not working. The problem is my grandkids live 0.7 miles away, and I can't get my wife to agree to go to move to Florida. So we're stuck here in the freezing cold of freezing tundra of New York. It's supposed to snow in the middle, I think in the middle of the afternoon tomorrow. So we shall see what happens.
How many inches?
I don't know. There's supposed to be 8 inches in Virginia. Ba-boom! Sorry about that.
Oh, Virginia.
Or 4 inches in Elizabeth. She's disappointed. Okay, good.
8 inches in Virginia is like 3 feet here.
It's an old joke. We say 3 inches in Elizabeth and 8 inches in Virginia. Virginia's a lot more happier than Elizabeth. Okay. So. Okay. Welcome on, people. Okay. Happy Thursday. Happy Tuesday. It is FINRA night. Tonight is a night for just Series 7, Series SIE, Series 6, Series 24, 57, whatever you want to talk about on the FINRA side. I am here for it. Okay. It is outstanding. Welcome on. We are doing well. Couple things get out of the way while there's no one on here yet. Sneak this shit in. If you guys want a great supplement, go check out Achievable. I have a link in most of my videos. You get $10 off. They are amazing. As far as teaching products, I think they're the best out there. So if you really want to learn and you're like, I'm struggling, say you fail, get the Achievable stuff. It works. Even if you don't use my link, use someone else's. I don't give a shit. Just get them. I think they're awesome. They give you a free trial. You can even do that. Anyway, I also have a discount for STC. I have a link for that. You go to my website. You can see all the prices right on there. If you need my tutoring, I'm here. I'm $200 an hour, going up in January. But I have 2 tutors that are great, one for the 79 and 2 others for all the other exams. They're about half my cost, a little bit more than half, some of them. They're really good. If you go to my website, series7exam.org, or you go to checkout.org, or it's even capadvantagetutoring.com works too. That's longer. I tried to make it as short as possible. And then if you don't like my style, I'm too bombastic or whatever, there's Michael Weiss, who's really good at what he does. He's at series7examtutor.com. What's wrong?
Bombastic.
My bombastic style. Bombastic. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, here we go. So let's go. Here. Snap back, baby. Snap back. I love it. That's outstanding. Where's my shit? Okay, hold on. Let's see where I can go with this one. Let's find a good one. Snapback looks like a guy, right? Boom, baby. I love it. Any surprise you saw on that fucker? Anything you saw? I try to curse after the first 30 seconds. Okay. Now, Alex, Beastie Boys. Okay. Stay away from the outside walls. Exactly. That's my shit, man, Sean. Okay. As I joke around, I may not reach bottom, but I'll bang the hell out of the sides. Okay. So now I'm studying for the 7 using Achievable for basics and cap and part. Okay. Yeah. Listen, you're great. Listen, every time you switch vendors, you're going to drop. There's no way around it. There's no way around that. If you switch vendors, you're absolutely going to drop in sports. Okay. It's literally what it is. Okay. Understand. So, that's it. So, and again, the Kaplan questions are a little too detailed, a little too into the weeds on stuff like that. So it is what it is. You deal with it. Okay. Also, guys, I forgot to mention, I should have, if you guys are just looking for someone to help you just come up with a study plan, reach out to Jeff. He does a study plan. It's pretty cheap. He sits on the phone with you for like hours and hours. He will happily sit on the phone with you for 3-4 hours at a time. I am kidding. That's not true. Okay, so now, but he will help you get a lot of good reviews on that. A lot of good comeback. People saying that him setting up a study plan for them really, really helped him out. Okay. Vaughn, baby. That's outstanding. Pass the 7. Boom, baby. I fucking love that. That is outstanding. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. Stay here, babies. Stick with me. I had this set up right. See if it's there. Hold on. Here we go. Boom, baby. Vaughn on holiday road, baby. It is holiday time. I think starting, well, we'll see what happens. We'll figure out what I'm going to do. Okay. Boom, baby. Guys, listen, snap back. I don't know if you're still on here. You put it in. You put it in too early. You probably aren't here anymore, but snap back. I'm so happy for you. Any surprises? Or Yvonne, any surprises? Okay. Now, any guys, if you have specific topics, throw them in that chat and I'll be handling them. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm coming. Yeah. Okay. Why did grandma get hit by a Bentley? A bus. That's funny. Why did grandma get hit by a bus? Got to help me out there. Okay. 4 weeks away from 56 on past prep. I found him at 3. Yeah, it's a good base. You're going to get better and better. I promise you it'll get better. You're moving up, especially with 4 weeks away. You are in great shape. It's going to be a new year, all that stuff. Okay. Alma! I fucking love that. That is outstanding. Boom. I love that. I'm so, so happy for you. That is outstanding. Good one, but it's too long. It's like they did Holiday Road to Darth Vader coming in. And I got to edit it better. Okay. But we need a better one for you. So the 60s, we got to do this one. Here we go. What the fuck am I doing? I am blowing it. I am losing it. I am gone. I don't know what to do. There we go. Boom, baby. It's all going to be holiday theme, baby.
By the way, Vaughn just put in his comments from the exam.
Okay, good. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, a lot of suitability. Okay, hold on. JT Zimmerman in the house. You're done. Oh, until you go for the 24. Good luck with that shit. JT, that is outstanding. Boy, guys, throw some questions in. You got to get bored of songs at some point. It's going to happen. But he's I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. We're moving down. Okay. Alma, I'm glad. I'm glad I helped out. That's awesome. My videos are always super helpful. Okay. Okay. Oh, grandma get hit by a bus. Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's when I use grandma getting hit by a bus, I use it as an inheritance thing. Okay. Raymond, for what test? If it's for the 7, it's there, but not crazy. But for the SIE, absolutely, you should be nailing that stuff. Because remember, the SIE is not half. A lot of it is going to be what the register rep can and cannot do. So that's prohibited activities, associated person, all that stuff. All that stuff. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Good stuff. Okay. Kevin, yo. Yeah, so grandma get hit by a bus. I think that's always about inheritance. Like, so let's talk about this. I had that. So if I buy stock at $10 and then it's trading at 20 and I give you the stock, you're going to get it at my price. You're going to get it at my $10 and my holding period. So if I held it for 3 months, it's like you held it for 3 months. And if you sell it, you're going to pay taxes on the amount from where I bought it to where you sold it. Okay. On the other side of this, if I buy stock at 10 and then an Acme safe comes down and kills me, and then you inherit the stock when it's at 20, you're going to get it at $20. Okay. You're going to get the stock at $20. Okay. That means your cost basis is 20. So if you then sell it at 21, you will only pay taxes on $1. So if I give it to you at 20 and I bought it at 10, you're going to pay taxes, and you sell it, you're going to pay taxes on like 11 if you sell it at 21. But if I die, so in some way, death is a good thing. If I die, you're going to get what they call a stepped up cost basis, and you get it the higher one. And it's always long term. So when you die, when you give somebody securities, it's their holding period. But if I kick it and you inherit it, it's always long term. Even if I bought it the day before I died and you inherit it, it's long term no matter what. Good stuff. Okay. Yep, I get it. So some people think there's a shitload of bonds. Sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't. Okay. Okay. Pretty girls drive Mercedes. I love it. So that's that. Just so anyone doesn't understand, I have a lot of mnemonics. I have a gorilla video, gorilla style, where I go through all the mnemonics. I went through all the, I actually went back to all my old students and said, what have I said to you? Because I spit shit out all the time, right? So I was like, what have I said to you that you resonated? So I got a lot of feedback, and I made a video of that, of stuff that stuck. So one of them, I didn't make this up. It just is what it is. But PGDM, pretty girls drive Mercedes, right? So this is the order of payout, the order of who gets bonds in an offering. So P is pre-sale. Those are orders that the underwriter gets before we announced who the underwriter is. GroupNet, those are orders received after we've been announced. So let's say me and Jeff's firm and another firm are bidding on an issue. And we're all bidding on it, but we haven't been chosen yet. If you give me an order then, well, you get pre-sale. Once they announce my winning bid, then anything after that's group. So pre-sale gets allocated first, then group, then designated, and then member. Okay. So then designated is where I choose which person to, like, basically I'm saying I don't want to, the customer says, I don't want you sharing commissions or markups with the other underwriters. And then the last one is member. Those are like FINRA firms, members of the syndicate. They always come last. Okay. Now, John Lopez. Okay. I have a couple of videos on that, but I mean, think about this. Okay. So remember, nothing's exempt under Act 34. I mean, that's not a thing, right? But Act 33 is about issuing new issues, primary offering, right? So we're going to go with, you're going to come up with a list of names. So first one, look, treasury is always exempt from everything. Banks are always exempt from everything. So treasuries, munis, banks, okay? Then anything, then you'll have utilities. So it's just kind of a list. Treasuries, U.S. treasuries, banks, munis, utilities, common carriers. What's a common carrier? That's like international shipping, trains, cars, stuff like that. Then we have commercial paper under 270. We have charitable religious nonprofit. We have Reg D, like Reg D is a private placement where you only sell into rich people, accredited investors. Reg A, which is sort of exempt because you do a little bit of it. That's under 75 million. There's two tiers, under 20 million and under 75 million. Reg S is just outside the country. If you notice, a lot of them, you're not selling to retail public. You're selling under special circumstances. So the nonprofit, charitable, religious, those are a lot of the exempt securities. You'll know they're not going to make you remember the whole fucking list. They really are. Okay. And a prospectus is anytime you sell a new issue, right? So if you get a new issue of a non-exempt security, like common stock, anything by corporation, then what's going to happen is you have to get a prospectus, okay? If you buy it in the primary market. Now, if the question becomes, when do you get it? At completion of the trade, which is when the confirmation is sold, which is really T+1. Now, the question is, for how many days after the IPO are you subject to that? Well, it depends. If it's a piece of shit over-the-counter company, right, they're not on exchange, that is going to be 90 days. So for the next 90 days after the IPO, if you buy from the issuer, you need to get the prospectus. If it's now that's a primary IPO. If a follow-on is when you issue shares a second, third, fourth, fifth time to raise money, that would only be 40 days. Now, let's say you're lucky enough to be on the exchange. If you're on the trading on an exchange, if you're listed on exchange, it's only going to be 25 days. So again, you can't really say exchanges are safer, but they are. So the prospectus thing is a little shorter. Okay. That's just reading, baby. Kevin, I appreciate it. I'd love to do that. And if I run out of stuff to talk about, I'll come back to do that. But That's really like, that's just reading the chapter. If you have SDC, read 2 and 14. Kevin, and I'll try. If I run out of stuff, I will try to do it. But again, it's like, that's like a 20-minute conversation. I may do it because if I run out of questions, which I may, I will. Okay. It's December. We're all going to drop down. Okay. Now, that's another thing, guys. If you are looking at, I have some great membership options. Like, they're cheaper. Like, I had somebody reach out to me today. She failed the 7 today. She wants to pass, right? But she's not sure she can afford the tutoring. So we have membership stuff. If it's the SIE, $5 a month. That's $1 a week, right? $1.25 a week. We meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Zoom. If you jump it up to $20, you get my options memberships, which is going to save your freaking life. Randy Johnson, baby, the big picture. Okay, so now, the next one is, then we have the 25, which you get to go to a class. We meet on Sundays. Okay. We have a regular FINRA class. And then if you jump into 50, it's FINRA and then the options class after. And then the elite one, we're meeting after the live tonight. Okay. We're meeting after the live tonight. We meet at 9:15-ish, 9:10-ish, and we go for an hour. That's $100 a month. But think about it. If you do $100 a month, that's a Sunday, 2 Sunday night classes, all my options videos, and a Tuesday night class. So that's literally 3 hours a week. Do the math. Okay. Probably nothing going to happen Christmas week. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Now, Kevin, I will try to get to it. I promise you. Okay. So Ivan, I hope that helped a little bit. I didn't even realize that's what you asked, which is great. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, has anyone taken it and seen an accrued interest question? I teach it, but I tell people, don't worry about it. You probably get the idea of accrued interest that you have to pay back. Understand what accrued interest is. So if you buy a bond, remember, you're getting paid at the end of the 6 months for the previous 6 months of interest, right? So if you buy a bond in between payments, well, the person who owned the bond has been sort of earning interest. So you have to pay them the interest that they would have earned if they got paid, okay? So you have to pay them what they would have earned. So you're going to go from the time you bought it back to the last payment date if it's an existing bond, or back to the dated date if it's a new bond. New bonds, it's dated date is the first day of charged accruing interest. So you go, it's either from when you bought it back to the dated date if it's new, or back to the last payment date if it's an existing bond. Most of the time, that's all they're asking about. But they may ask if it's a muni or a corporate, they use a 30-day month, a 360-day year. If it's a treasury, they do actual 28, 30, 31, and 365. So always remember, corporates and munis are 30, 360. It kind of rolls. Corporates and munis are 30, 360. Treasuries are actual. Corporates and munis are 30, 360. Hope that helps. Okay. Okay, Maddie. Okay. I appreciate Maddie. Okay. So Kaplan's tough, right? So slow down. You have 2 weeks, right? So I want you for the next 3 days just to do little chapter quizzes. Don't do full ones. Do like 10 to 15 questions on each unit. Do them open books you're learning and go from there. That's your best bet. Just do little chapter quizzes and go from there. I think that's going to be the best thing you can do. Okay. And listen, we're going to get you through this. Now remember something. If you're coming in the high 60s with Kaplan and you switched over to him, hope you read the book. I mean, sometimes it's hard to switch to a vendor if you haven't read their book and your scores always drop. Kaplan makes a lot of people feel bad, especially there. And guys, anyone who does Kaplan, which they're great, if you do their practice or their, I think it's a mastery exam, it's really freaking hard. That test will absolutely make you feel like you shouldn't be taking the test. 100%. Okay. Maddie, we're going to get this. We're here. We're with you together. Okay. Hold on. Victor, while I'm answering this, what test are you taking? That's just test you're taking. Okay. Lots of, but no, yeah, the leaps may show up a little bit. Everyone loves like I have a student who called me yesterday. He just signed up. He goes, I'm so mad I got 50 option questions. Most people that I deal with, they wish there were more. Almost everyone I know goes, there weren't enough option questions. He was mad that there were. So I promised him by the time he takes it in Jan 1 or Jan 2, he's going to wish the entire test was options. But yeah, again, the options are good. It's half is math, half is theory. That's why I have that video where the option suitability test, where I just do option suitability. And then the last 20 or 30 questions is literally just questions on spreads without premiums. So it helps. Okay. So Victor, make sure you tell me. Jeff, if you see Victor answer what test he's taking, let me know, all right?
7.
Oh, he's taking the 7. I like that. Thank you very much. So look at that. What a team. Okay, now. So if you're taking the 7, you should read the whole fucking book. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what not to worry about, okay? So TPPs, just 2 questions, not that big. That's a limited partnership stuff. Now, in STC, the first page or 2 is reach. Read that. But the rest of it, just kind of do questions. Watch the video, maybe. Margin, it's there, but it's so fucking light. I mean, I have people go, I didn't get any. I got 1 or 2. That's one you can kind of just go through it like the day or 2 before, learn it, and go from there. Fundamental technical analysis is on there. But again, it's like skim through it and go over. Now, the most important stuff. Options, obviously, because it's either going to be 10 or 35 questions. Suitability. It's all about when you're reading about a product, go to yourself, why would I use it? Why would I not? That's your biggest thing. The whole big thing is the question comes down to why would I do it? Why don't I do it? Okay. That's literally what it's going to be. Why would I buy this product? Who should, who shouldn't, stuff like that. Okay. So Alex, remember, guys. Okay. Now, on the membership, okay? If you join the membership, do not, guys, I have them for sale on my website. Do not buy them there because you're going to pay a lot of money for like 4 videos. But if you do the membership for the $19, you're going to get 23, count them, 23 members option videos, okay? That nobody else gets to see other than you're a member. I have the first 4 are just how to build the options. And what you do is after you sign up, for the 20, just do the $20. And Jeff, where should they not do it?
On their iPhone.
Don't do it on your iPhone or iPad. Do it on a laptop because Apple adds 20%, 30% to the cost. So as somebody go, I have your $60 membership. I'm like, I don't have a $60 membership, but it's the $49.99 one plus the 30%. Okay. So, and basically once you sign up, go to here's the one thing, guys, 2 things. Make sure notifications are on. When you join the membership, make sure notifications are on. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to Ken. That helps, okay? Although anyone commenting has to be subscribed. The next thing is go to the Ken's Amazing Options playlist and just start with number 1 and roll through. If you feel you can't get in, that means you probably signed up on your wrong account. Anytime somebody goes, I didn't see a link or I didn't see anything, and they can't get in, it's not that we're not letting you. You signed up. It's because you probably signed up on a different one. Sometimes people they sign up through their phone and then they sign up at home and it's 2 different accounts. Or they're their brothers or their sisters or their kids or their parents. Whatever it is, you're on the wrong account. And that happens a lot. Okay. Again, we talked about that. Okay. Here we go. Do me a favor. Can you give me 30 seconds? Jeff, can you give them an idea of what your custom study plan encompasses?
In 30 seconds?
Yeah, I have to go off the screen for a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So the custom study plan, basically, we set up a time, usually half hour. Most of the time it does go over. And we discuss, everything from, if you're currently working to which study material should you have to what your experience was in the past with just the financial markets in general and what you know. And then we customize a timeline based on when you need to take the exam. So if you're on a specific deadline or you're just starting and you're trying to figure out a test date, we go through all that and we set up a plan. And then even if you fall off the plan a little bit, I allow people to reach out to me directly and just to get them back on track and things like that. But it's really designed to work around your schedule, your lifestyle, how you're doing, what study materials you have, and we just go from there. And every conversation is going to be a little bit different, but I think it really does help. Doesn't make you feel like you're alone. I let you know all the options, what the best idea is if you get stuck with like reviewing videos to break it up and things to make it not as monotonous. So a lot of good things come out of the conversations.
I agree. I get a lot of good feedback about them. I really do. Okay. Now, let's see. So a good amount of questions where you had to look at portfolios and identify the focus. Okay, that's fair, right? So it's like they had 10%, 500 shares of this, 500. I got it. Okay. So right. So I guess they're trying to figure out is it more for growth? Is it for income? Stuff like that. Like that's where it's going to go, or like a specialized fund where they're buying like different kind of things, stuff like that. Okay, that's fair. Again, they're not super hard. Remember something. This is a good thing. Mutual funds. This is the thing. People go, what about suitability in mutual funds? They literally tell you in the name, because mutual funds have to absolutely tell you what's in the fund. Not every question, but they have to give you are they growth? Are they income? Are they large cap? Are they small cap? Equity income? Are they balanced? They have to say the name of what they do in the type of fund. Okay. Now, so Melania, this is our deal on the memberships. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but we're fine. Okay. Oh yeah, so before I move on, there's it is. So there's the second part of his question, right? So like, is it growth, safety, or income? Right. So if you see a lot of like bonds, it's income. If you see a lot of treasury and safe shit, money markets, it's for safety. If you see a lot of equity, it's going to be growth. If you see gold and equity, it might be inflation protection. Okay. So we're meeting tonight. If you join the highest level, right, which you don't always need to do, we meet tonight after the live. The link went out. If you guys join the highest, the $99 membership now, please reach out to Jeff and email him, and he can send you the link, hopefully. If not, I can. Okay. But the point is, I want you to prove that you're on there, because the link, the Zoom link went out on the post and the membership tab. So you won't see it if you join now. But again, we meet tonight, and then we meet on Tuesdays at 6 and 7. 6 for FINRA, 7 for options. Okay. And again, you don't need to buy the highest. If you buy the $50 one, you're going to get all my options videos, the FINRA stuff, and an options class. You don't need the Tuesday night one. Usually it's like 4 or 5 people in there. It's great, because it's a very intimate, not creepy intimate, just intimate. Okay. Okay. Kevin, I will get to you. Okay, hold on. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, day to date, boom, I love it when I nail that shit. So day to date is the first day it starts accruing interest. So remember something, if you buy a bond, you're paying the issuer the accrued interest. Because remember, they're paying the full amount at the end of the 6 months, or however, if it's a long coupon, longer than. So if you buy it after the day to date, you're not entitled to the interest, so you have to pay them back. Okay. Okay. Kavitas. But baby, look, long time, you're going to get this, right? We are confident. So anyone on here, you got to say to me, I'm going to pass the exam. Anyone on here should be taking the exam. You need to come on here and tell me I'm going to pass the exam. Don't say I need to. Don't say I got to. Say I'm going to pass the exam. I promise it helps. Okay. Also, I did a video today, just out, maybe about 2 hours ago. Understand something. You need to not worry about, I need 4-hour block to study. I don't need perfection. I don't need everything to be perfect. Just do something. Give me 30 minutes at a time, 20 minutes, anything. Any kind of studying is better than 0 time. Because a lot of times people are waiting for the perfect time and they never do anything. Even if you're on the train and you're reading for 20 minutes or doing a quiz for 20 minutes or watching a video for 15 minutes, it's better than nothing. Okay? And if you do that 3 or 4 times a day, you got yourself an hour and a half.
Ooh, sounds like a video I put out.
It does. And I did one this morning too, a little shorter one. Yours are longer. It's good. It works. Okay. We're all in tandem. All of us here on the same track that we believe that just get the fucking time in. Okay. That's the other thing. Jeff's starting to do I call him Jeff Talks. I just made that up. He's doing, I like it, don't you?
Yeah.
So, he talks about how to study. All he does is how to study, not the product stuff, right? So he's teaching you. It's test agnostic, if you want to call it, right? It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter what test you're taking. His stuff will help you study those videos, and they're behind the membership paywall. We will release them to the public at some point, but who knows? Okay.
Basically, what I try to do is calm you down so that you can study and take the exam with all the knowledge that you've acquired.
Yep. And then I destroy it by trying to amp you up. That's all it goes. So he calms you down. It's kind of like uppers and downers, right?
And just so you
The
know,
red pills and the blue pills, right? Okay.
I've taken all the exams also.
Yep.
7, 24, 55, 63, 66.
Yep.
I've taken all different parts of my life, single, married, kids, working, not working. I've done it the same way that everybody else has to.
Right. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So here's the thing. I've been married for every test. Yeah, because I married at 20.
So I was single for the 7. I was single for the 63. I was dating for the 55.
Okay.
And then all the other ones I was married.
Got it. Okay. Same people. Okay. So here's one thing. This is, guys, and I'm going to tell you something about this whole not the end of the world shit. This is the interesting part. Almost every time I've had a kid, I lost my job. Literally, pretty much within months, I either took a new job or I lost my job. It's crazy. At the hedge fund, I moved. I had a kid in May. They shut down. No, they fired half the traders. So I left. I was working at Rutgers. I was driving a bus for a year. I was valet parking for a year, and then I got a job, and then we're on the stock exchange. Then I had my second kid, and then I moved to another place. It's amazing how much that happens. Like all 4 kids, my son, I lost my job. No, I didn't. I left after. Oh no, I was laid off by Credit Suisse, right? So my son was born in September. I had to come in. It was a good one. This was one of my favorite. They merged with Donaldson. By the way, I'm going to say this. Every time it was bad, I had a better situation within months. Like it fucking sucked. Like I have 3 kids and I don't have a job. Within months, I had a better job. So, but here's the thing. So I was at Credit Suisse. I was there at 99. My son was born in September. They merged with Donaldson and they had to lay off half. And I was only there for a year and a month. So I was outside my 1-year contract, but I was the shortest person. So they brought me in. And my son was born 9/27. On 10/1, I had to come out from my maternity shit, go in there to have them sit down and say, we're letting you go. He said, but you can't leave yet. He said, you need to keep working. And I said, why? He goes, trust me. So I said, fine. So I started working that day. And this is my favorite. I'm on the phones and I'm literally, I get pulled off. I told him, I'm let go. I come back. He goes, can't leave. I come back and we're balls out busy. My boss comes in and goes, didn't you just get laid off? I go, yeah, because I'm on the 2 phoning it going crazy. And he goes, why are you doing this? You got laid off. You just take it easy. I can't because the phones are ringing. He goes, hold on. He brought Bank America over because remember on the floor, so I got laid off at 10 in the morning. I had a job by 1 p.m. But I couldn't work until I had to work there for a month. And this is the crazy part. Okay, so I got a job. I got a raise, whatever it was. That's when I broke. I think that was the first time I broke like 120 grand a year. But I didn't know that this was a crazy thing. A month later, we come down and they go, well, we're going to pay you what we should have in bonus and severance. They paid me 3 years salary. Plus, so that's a lot of fucking money. It handed me a check for 3 years salary and my health insurance for a year.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Never. So it literally, and I was so pissed because I would have extended my work because I said I can start November 1st. So I was literally working. I could have taken fucking till January off and still had a lot of money. I had so much fucking money in my bank account, gone like that. Okay. No, that's when I bought a new house. Okay. So anyway, understand, guys, the end of the world is not the end. It may feel like it fucking sucks sometimes, but it is not. There's a reason for my goddamn story that I'm saying. You fail a test, you fail 2 tests, you get laid off because you failed the test or you get fired. It's not the end of the fucking world. I promise you, especially if you're in like your 20s or 30s, you're going to be fine. You will always find something else. It's not the end of the world. Own it. When you go to a place, own it. I missed my exam. And if you can, if you don't have the 65 or 66 and you get laid off, get it because you can get on your own. But Kavitas, you're not going to fail. Okay. You may have felt so bad when you failed it the first time, but you've done the work. You're getting there. You've worked your ass off. You're going to be ready. So I need you to tell me you're going to pass this thing. Okay. Okay. Again, day-to-day works. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, it's all. I agree. I think sometimes they do the eighth in 30 seconds, but most of the time it's like the bond trade at 980 or 1,020 or 1,050. Okay. Kaplan is fucking hard. I agree, but listen, if you, wow, so you're getting so Kevin, you're ready, man. Kevin Anglem, you are absolutely ready to pass it. If you're getting 70s on Kaplan and 80s on past preference, go take the fucking exam. You're ready. Just go read customer accounts. Okay. Oh, you're great. Okay. Yes. So let's talk about that for a second. That's easy shit. Remember something. Capital gains is always taxable. Always remember, capital gains is always taxable. It is always taxable. So no matter what you own, if you have a capital gain, it's taxable. Second, always remember, entities tax themselves. So if you buy a treasury, you pay federal, not state. And if you buy a muni, you pay state, not federal, and maybe not even state if you live in the same state as you bought it. So again, entities tax themselves. You buy a treasury bond, it's taxed federally, not state. If you buy a muni bond, it's not state, not federal, and maybe not even state if you buy it in your own state. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm saying most people who, if they do it right, they wish the entire test was options. They really do. Okay. Okay, Samuel. Okay, Samuel. This is what happens. Okay. Now here's what's interesting. Edward, stay on here. I'm a little behind, but stay on there. Here's my thing on this. People fail and they go, I want to send you my report. I don't give a fuck about your report. I do not give a shit about your test report because it doesn't matter. So I'm saying that Samuel, I'm saying that with love. I just all love pouring out of my fucking chest. Okay. I was going to do something that it's going to be bad, but my love to you. So you need to spend time. See, just the other day, I need you to just reread the book. Do not work on just the weak shit because then the hard stuff, the stuff you're good at drops, the weak gets better and you fail again. Focus on everything. Try to raise everything up. As Jeff kept saying, raise everything up a couple percent and then you pass. Okay. So your job is to reread the entire book, improve everything. You lean forward like you want to say
yes.
something.
Can I put a little spin on this?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
When everybody was sitting in school, in high school, let's say, and you'd raise your hand and say, what should I focus on? The teacher would say, focus on this, because the teacher was the one that was giving you the exam. This exam, you hit start my exam and a random bank of questions pop up. You don't know what that random bank is going to be. So what I tell everybody is, what do you need to know? You need to know everything, but you don't need to know it at 95%. You need to know it at 75 to 80% to pass the exam. And when you're studying, if you're getting in the 60s, if you just do 1% better on all the topics, you'll pass, you'll get through the exam better. Just think of it that way. Think of it in much smaller pieces. You don't need to score an A on the exam. You need to pass.
Good. I love it. We don't need perfection.
No.
We just need grinding. Good. Now, John, I don't know Kevin's answer, but a lot of people switch from past perfect to Kaplan or Cap just to see new types of questions. Just to it doesn't mean he didn't like past perfect or Kaplan or STC or Achievable. It's because they want new questions. I'm a big fan of multiple vendors for questions. Read from one, questions from multiple. Okay. Edward Scissorhands. Boom. I'm glad. So I have 2 exams for the 7 and I have 1 for the 66. Look up my brutal exam and look up my ChatGPT versus the 7. I promise you it will help you a ton. It absolutely help you a ton. A lot. Here we go. Okay. Nope. Boom, baby. I'm keeping them up. What?
Is that a new one?
Yep. They post out. He's on Instagram. It's a Mountainsiders or something. He puts out new shit every week.
It's great.
And I mean, it's just the front row, baby. That's some shit. Okay.
And we still don't know what they're singing about.
100 octopus have 100,000 hands. That's it.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. Go to fucking Germany and ask.
I don't know.
Learn German and ask him. I'll ask him.
Okay.
It just sounds good. I mean, kind of like, I don't know this. What's that song from Fast Times at Ridgemont High? I forgot the song about nothing. Okay. No, it's the one that Sean Penn sung. I can't remember it. Somebody remember it. I don't remember it. I'm getting old. Yes, I agree. Those guys remember that. That's why I do the video, the option suitability one, where it's how to recognize spreads even without premiums. That's what my girl Giovanna said. I don't know if she's on here. She said she was big on, she said the biggest thing was a lot of questions were about spreads without premiums. And that's where I have that one video where option suitability, where I talk about them and you can practice them. Is it a credit? Is it debit? Is it bullish or bearish without premiums? Because if you can do that premiums, you can do it with premiums. It's easy stuff. Okay. There you go. See, that's why a lot of times, I don't know that Kaplan is closer to the real thing. It's closer than past perfect. It's just good to have new types of questions. Trying to get questions that look like the exam, not a good idea. It doesn't work. I mean, you can try my ChatGPT exam and my Brutal. They're close, but again, they're not exact. Okay. No horizontal spreads. Interesting. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. Okay. Expire. Stay there, baby. Okay. Oh, human made. Hold on a second. Okay, so ELNs. ELNs are equity-linked notes. So their debt. So understand, equity-linked notes and ETNs are very similar. They're a debt that pays in the future. Okay, basically you lend me money now, and I'm going to pay you back in 20 years. Okay, I'm going to pay you back in like 20, 30 years, but I'm not going to pay you nothing during the life of it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is it's going to track an index, whether it's a specific equity or an index, whatever it is, and whatever that equity or index is up over that 20 years. I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to pay you your 1,000 plus that back. That's an equity. That's ETNs and ALNs. The same idea. However, ETNs trade on an exchange, so you can buy and sell them all day long. You can buy them on margin. You can sell them short, and you can lose money on them though. ELNs have a buffer or a barrier, so that even if it drops, if it drops a lot, you're going to lose. But there's like a 5 to 10% barrier that if the stock drops over that time, you're not going to lose money. So ELNs have less market risk than ETNs, but they're considered debt. Okay. And you don't buy them if you need income now. You buy them later. Here's the thing. ETFs are better than ETNs and ELNs because ELNs and ETNs have default risk where ETFs do not. Because ELNs and ETNs are debt. ETFs are equity. Okay. Expires. Boom, baby. I love it. XC buyers, baby. I fucking love that shit. That is awesome. By the way, I see we have a lot of passes here. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Right? Yesterday.
You froze there.
Boom.
You froze.
Okay. I froze?
Yep.
Okay, I'll say that again. Yesterday, I'll do the song. Yesterday, I was 12-0. I had 12 people take the test, 12 passed. 3 of them on their last time, and they would have been fired if they failed. Fucking A. Great. And like, I'm literally going, after about 9, I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I'm thinking, shit, I can't do this. Like, the odds are that that's not going to happen, right? So I'm thinking, who's going to, like, and the last 2 were like, they're on their last legs, and they crying the night before. And I'm like, crap. And then they passed. I was like, fucking A, that's awesome.
Is that in one day?
In one day, 12-0.
Is that a record for you?
Maybe. I mean, I've done classes.
That's a lot of passing.
What?
That's a lot of passing.
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, that's literally 12 people. That's why I'm sort of busy this week, but not because literally my entire weekend, everyone passed. It's fucking outstanding.
That's great.
It was a great day for me. Yeah, it was awesome. Okay. For me, obviously it's for me, not for them, right? So they're all no, I mean, literally it was like I had 2 on Sunday and then 12 on Monday. It was crazy. But who knows? I mean, I was literally, as I'm getting the phone calls and talking to them, I'm like, shit. Like, I'm happy, but I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be bad.
Let me ask you something. did you notice any commonalities between all of them with how they prepared for it?
Yeah, they used me.
Besides that,
no, they read the book. They were ready. They did my brutal exam, stuff like that. They did the exams. They were ready. They the big thing is I'm a big fan of when I'm talking to my students. I'm a big cheerleader. Okay. Okay. But I really push them to be confident. They went in there they all went in there believing they could pass. I had one who was borderline, but I talked to her Sunday night after my membership class for about 20 minutes and she was ready. But she did. A lot of them, sometimes like when you're on your third one, I mean, it's like PTSD. You're like, I'm afraid it's going to go. And they all did fine.
And these were all different exams, right?
Yeah. SIE 7, 66, 65, 57. The 57. The one, the 57 I really wanted because the parents called me and the kid's with me. He's working with me. I got them. He was ready. His third shot. He's going to be fired if he failed. And his parents called me and said he's really fucking nervous. I mean, he was killing it. His parents called me and he's on his way to the test. And his parents go, you got to come and talk to him. I said, sure. So all I did was I called him up. I go, he answered the phone. I go, are you going to fucking pass this exam? And he goes, yes. I said, bye. And I hung up and he goes, that was it. That's all he needed.
Did they all study within a certain time frame?
I mean, the problem is, yes, but remember, some of them are on their third shot.
But I'm saying, even though they're on their third shot, would you say it was like still like a tight 4 to 6?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't spread it out. No, I had nobody that took 6 months to study, unless they failed it a couple of times. So no, they're all pretty much in a month. I had one who did it I think she did the SIE in 2 weeks, which is fine, which is way too fast, but it is a thing. It's good. But again, the big thing is you gotta have you listen, you gotta be fucking delusional. You absolutely have to be delusional. Okay. Oh, hold on. Expite. I didn't even do anything.
You mean focus.
Hold on. I'm gonna be a dick. Front row.
Was that front row or the 300 section?
No. They're right there.
It looks like the ceiling at Madison Square Garden, and then all of a sudden they're 3 feet from the stage.
I know, but remember, he's doing it in beer halls, right? Like, he's probably more famous on Instagram than he is anywhere else.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, human made. Do you mean? Oh, look, you mean the 66 brutal 2? Yes, I was gonna do it last night, but I was so happy. No, so I got drunk. No, I'm probably gonna. I'm hoping to have it out by Thursday. I have a little time. I have time in the morning. Guess where I'm going? I'm going to the American Dream Mall tomorrow. My wife, she said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I said, "That's always a loaded question," because she knows I'm busy. So she goes, "Do you have a break?" I'm like, "Yes." What do you want to do? So like tonight, I went to a summit with her, but she goes, "I want to go to the American Dream Mall." She's like, "I was like, I've never been there." You know which one it is, right? Rides? No, she wants to look for something. It's Christmas time.
That's a, you know what, that's a lot to ask for.
But remember, it's only a 30-minute drive from me.
No.
But I want to go.
I
want. And I said I just saw the Instagram. They have the steepest drop roller coaster. I may just do it.
It's not the drive. It's once you're there.
I know, but I've never been in there. I still want to go to the one in the Palisades. It's fucking massive. They literally have like a Home Depot as part of it. Okay. So anyway, there's one in the Palisades on 84, 87. That's like massive.
Is it Route 4, Route 3? What it was?
No, that's Paramus Park and Garden State Plaza. No, way up on 87. Nobody gives a shit. But it's the second largest one. It's just a little bit. It's like a little bit smaller than the one in Minnesota.
Can you go to Costco?
You know, the state where.
Can't just go to Costco.
I know. I'm okay going there. I like my wife, and she pretends to like me, so it's all good. Okay. Boom. Crack, and human made. I'm gonna try to have it out by tomorrow or Thursday at the latest. Okay. But human made, you're taking When are you taking the test? If you're taking it before Thursday, email me. I can probably help you out a little bit. This is what I tell before you take the test. This is what I tell everyone. Fine, take a final. That's fine. Do the chapter quizzes. Once you pass 3, this is what I tell everyone. Once you pass 3 in a row, then I would then you could book it for the week after. Once you pass 3 in a row, like mid 70s, then I'd say then you probably book it for a week later. That's what I do. Okay. I'm a fan of the dump sheet. But again, remember something. It's the and Dan, you're next. I know you're on LinkedIn. I know it's been about 10 minutes, so I know you're there, but we're gonna get you. Okay. So do I recommend a dump sheet? Yes. I have a video on how to create one. It's the magic of the dump sheet is making the dump sheet, not using it. A lot of people make it. They said it feels good. You want to have stuff like the options chart, the bond triangular seesaw, slobs over bliss. I have a video on what to do. Like you may want to put like, like the margin requirement, the margin rules and stuff like that. But on that, it's much more about writing it and memorizing it than you have it in your head. Okay. There you go. Okay. Okay, here we go. Dan, I almost missed it. Okay. 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 So yeah. So let's go over this. So it sounds like you're taking the 24, the 57, maybe. But so here's the deal. So dealer's cost is only when it's not liquid. Okay. So when it's like what do they call it? Not dominating control, but it's an inactive or not active security. There's a lower level. Then dealer's contemporaneous cost matters. Most of the time, if you're buying the markup, now let's show you what he's asking. You know that the markup markdown guideline is 5%, right? So you can't really charge more than 5% on a transaction. So if you buy stock, you're going to pay the ask. So they base the 5% on the ask price. If it's $40, whatever 5% of $40 is. So if you pay $40, 40 times 0.05, you can't charge more than a $2 markup or markdown. So if it's a principal transaction and they buy it at 40, the most you could sell it to them with a markup is at 42. You can do more, but you better have a good fucking reason. If they sell the shares and you're buying it from them, a markdown would be based on the bid. So if the bid was like 38, the most markup you could probably charge them is $1.90 minus 38. So really, you could buy it from them at 36.10. So if they sell, it's based on the bid. If they buy, it's based on the ask. When they're figuring out what to charge as a markup, markdown, or whether you violated, you can't base it on where your market is. It's based on where the bid or ask is. If they're buying, it's based on the ask. If they're selling, it's based on the bid. Okay, now a proceeds transaction is this. Okay, and I always forget the back end of it. Okay, so now a proceeds transaction is, let's say, and I want to get into Tesla. So I'm going to call Dan up and say, hey, Dan, do me a favor, sell my Microsoft, and as you're selling it, buy my Tesla as one transaction. Sell, buy, and you work your way through it. That's called a proceeds transaction, where you're using the proceeds from the sale to buy the new stock. So now what they do is you can charge 2 commissions, but it can't be more than 5% of the I think it's of the buying amount. Is it the second one? I can't remember that, but you can look it up. You can't charge more than 5% of one side, which I'm pretty sure is when you buy it. I can't remember. It's easy to look up. So if you sell $10,000 worth of Microsoft to buy to buy like $9,000 worth of whatever, $10,000 worth of Tesla, you can charge $500. You can charge a commission on both sides, but the total can't be more than 5% of the buy side. So I hope that makes sense a little bit. And it's a guideline, not a rule. Okay. 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 Yeah, Zimmerman. Yes, I agree. Sometimes it's hard to get a whole time to do a full exam, but at some point you have to do them, right? You can do like little quizzes, but at some point you got to do some finals to build the stamina up. But again, it's easier to do 40 question quizzes than 130 because sometimes you don't have the time. Yep, uppers and downers, baby. Reds and blues, baby. Okay. Beanies and whatever. Okay, and uppers. I'm going to leave that alone. Yes, 100% I would read the book, or maybe change vendors. If you're with Kaplan, go to STC or Achievable or Notman or Past Perfect. If you're with one of the other ones, switch it up. Sometimes switching it up is a good way to do it. That could be an idea. But I would absolutely, since you moved up a lot. You moved up almost like 18%. If you do that again, we're going to nail it. Okay. So let's get it on there. Reread the book, build everything. Don't go after the easy shit. Go after the everything. Don't go after the stuff you're weak. Okay. Yeah, use Kaplan. Maybe switch it up. Go to Achievable or STC. Try reading their book. I mean, literally, the STC book is half the size of Kaplan. Achievable, and by the way, Achievable teaches the shit better than anyone else. Okay. Okay, this is a good question. Okay. Here we go. Now, no. So it's issuing rights is dilutive, but exercising them, you're preventing your dilution, right? So let's say say there's 1 million shares outstanding, and Dan, you own 100,000. You're a 10% owner. If they issue another 500,000, that's dilutive. You're getting diluted down to like 6.75%. So because they're issuing another 500,000. So by you getting rights, that you're getting the ability to buy shares to keep your dilution. Issuing the rights will be diluted if you don't use them. Okay. So rights, convertibles, and warrants all will dilute the shares if they're exercised. Okay. To people who don't exercise them. Anyone who exercises the warrants, the convertibles, the rights will not be diluted, but everyone else will be. That's where the confusing part, because owning rights gives you the right to avoid being diluted. You don't have to pay for it. It's not free, but it does. So remember, rights is I have 1 million shares outstanding. I decide I need more money to pay for whatever. I'm going to issue 500,000 more to the public, but I'm going to give you guys, the current shareholders, like Taylor Swift concerts, the ability to buy shares before it goes to the public. Like I always say, if you're part of the Taylor Swift fan club, you might get a chance to buy tickets early. Same thing. You're an employee. They will let you buy shares before they go public at a discount. So you get to avoid dilution. But if you don't use the rights, you will be diluted. Okay. If you let them expire or give them away or sell the shares, you can sell the rights. Remember, you can do that. You can't give them back to the company, but you can you can sell them in the market. You will be diluted. So yeah, it's the way it's written that if you exercise the rights, you're not going to be diluted. You won't be, but people who don't will. I think that's where the confusion is. Okay. Okay. Read the Kaplan book scoring 88. Okay. 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 Over Luke. Okay. Now, I'd say you want to make sure I would keep doing tests, but not Friday. Okay. Fridays, watch my crash course playlist. Maybe go over the back end. If you have you have Kaplan. I don't know what it is, but the back end of the book, meaning whatever it is, compliance, associated person, prohibited activities, and then risks. If you do those as you're taking tests and review that shit, that's going to take you over the top. Find my crash course playlist. I have a couple tests in my practice exam walkthroughs that will help you also. Okay. Look at God. Okay, we're going to get there. Okay. Yeah, there's still, okay. Boom. Dan, that's awesome. You're going to be ready. Okay. By the way, the questions you're asking are solid questions. That means you have a deep dive understanding of the test. Because the fact that you would say, why do rights are they not dilutive? They are dilutive. So it's just the way it's written. It's the fact that you know to question that means you have a good knowledge. You're going to nail this thing. You were going to nail this thing. Tell me you're going to pass, Dan. Okay. Cavitos, baby. Okay. Okay. You want to be at least low to mid 70s. I promise you. You want to be low to mid 70s before you do this. Okay. You absolutely want to be on the low to mid 70s before you book it. And then once you hit like 72 or 73 3 times in a row, book it for the week after. That's where we're going to go. Okay. Yes, I'm telling you right now, the brutal exam and the ChatGPT versus 7 are going to help. I am actually working on 2 more exams. I'm working on 66 brutal number 2 and another 7 like that. Okay, good stuff. Okay. I'm catching up, baby. Victor, don't worry. You passed all these. We're going to get this, okay? Now, don't worry about it. You got them all done. Do not, Victor. If you read the book and try to get concepts, watch my videos. They will help. If you read the book and try to get concepts, you're going to be fine. You're going to rock this thing. I promise you. Okay. Allison, here's a question, Allison. Are you taking quizzes as you go along or just reading? Try to read. The other thing, guys, there's a website called Speechify where you can absolutely have it read to you. You can literally have Snoop Dogg read you the book, okay? And it may help sometimes, but I would say watch my videos. The other thing, join a study group. We have this great, amazing Facebook group, okay? It has 8,300 people, and it is private, so you have to answer some questions again. I do that because a lot of scammers, there's probably like 20, 30 scammers a day trying to get into my group. And that's why I made it private, so people don't get into it. So you can't just you're not going to have all these people scamming you. If I can find it, let's see. Here we go. This is the name of the Facebook group, FINRA NASA Exam Test Prep Group, okay? The reason I'm saying this, Allison, is because if you join a study group, you can talk, instead of paying to meet a tutor or joining the membership, you can talk to other people and bounce ideas off them. And a lot of times, it's amazing. Like, I think I'm very creative. I'm fucking amazed by how creative people are when I talk to them. I don't like to admit it that there are people that are more creative than me, but it is what it is. They come up with new ways to learn stuff. And again, studying in a silo is fucking tough. You got to find your group, okay? You got to find your group, okay? Okay. But again, I would go back to reading, watching my videos, stuff like that. That'll try to match up my videos with the chapter you're reading. I think it'll help. Okay. Okay. No, you're not taking any days off before the test. Chase, no test. No, what you're doing is you're not taking tests the day before. Okay. Here's the thing. How quickly should I move? As quick as it takes you. Okay. I think you have 2 questions back to back. Okay. Okay. Don't go quick. Just go at a good solid pace. Read the book. Don't focus on memorizing everything. Go and try to get the gist of it and then go from there. I think that's your best bet. I think that's your best bet on this. Okay. Go through the units, read them. Don't worry about tests as much. And then we go from there. And again, then you can start going back. This is what you do. Read the book, then go back and take chapter quizzes on each chapter. That's what I tell everyone. And then anything you're under 70 on, reread or watch a video. I think that's your best bet. Okay. Okay. Yik yak. Yik yak. Don't talk back. Boom. I love it. I will not stop what I'm doing. I love that. That's awesome. That is outstanding. I love that. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Viele Hände hat der Oktopus? 100.000 Hände. Wie viele Hände hat der Leguan? 100.000 Hände.
He looks a little bit too much like Mondomini for me, but that's okay. No, okay. Okay. Dan, I'm glad you stayed on to here. That's awesome. Have a great night. Okay. Allison, welcome on, baby. We're going to boom. I will see you on Sunday night, but start watching those videos. It'll help a ton. Okay. Okay. Kavita's, that sucks. But yeah, get that 7 done. That's awesome. Look, it sucks they're getting rid of it. But get that 7 while you can. It'll be much easier to get a job. Or maybe, is there any chance if you get it, you can move internally? I don't know if that helps. Okay. But yeah, get this 7 behind you. Don't worry about this stuff too much. Okay. I think we hit the end. That's outstanding. I love it. Anything you want to add?
No, that's right on time.
Yeah.
That's
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Not so bad. Okay. Anyone else have any last minute stuff before I jump off? Because I have to go teach the class in 10 minutes. Okay. Oh. That's a big difference. I'm a big fan of taking off 2 to 3 days before. Here's what I do. Here's the hack. Try to schedule for a Monday. Always try to schedule it for a Monday. Because then if you take Friday off, you have 3 days in a row. And you're not going to get any emergency calls on Sunday about, oh, you need to do this. If you take a test on a Monday, then you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have 3 days off and only lose 1 day. And if you can take Thursday, Friday off, that's 4 days. So this way you can stop studying around dinner time and you're not hurting yourself. So yeah, that's what it is. Okay. I'm glad, Chase. I'm glad you brought that back. That's much better. But I'm a big fan of Mondays, not because the test is easier, but because you can get 2 to 3 days or 4 days if you do it. Okay. Leslie, it doesn't matter what book, baby. If you have Kaplan, that's fine. I think they're a little too long, but it doesn't matter. Just read. The goal is get through the whole book. Kaplan's book is very big, but if you want to buy a different book, go check out Achievable. It's not hardcover. It's all online, but they teach it better than anyone else. And if you find my link, you get $10 off. And they do a free trial where you can try them out for a day without paying for it. This way you can go, like I have definitely people go, just try them out. If you like them, don't use it. And most people do it because they explain it so fucking well. So, okay. I think we did some damage here. A banger of an episode. Okay.
Banger.
Okay. That's good stuff. Okay. And I think we're going to head out on that note. Oh, but before that, I think Caesar has something to say.
If this speech stirs your heart, show your allegiance, like the video, subscribe to the cause, and together we shall conquer the future.
I love it. Good friend of mine, Caesar. Okay. So now I'm going to make you guys suffer through this. I wanted you to see this I'm going to end on this, but I'm going to go. But this is the holiday road that I like. By the way, the second I do this, tomorrow morning, I get to your block globally, so I have to delete it. But anyone on here now that gets to see it, it's actually kind of cool to see. And it's 24 seconds. Deal with it. Look, if my wife can deal with 24 seconds, you guys can. Okay, here we go.